This is a super, super cool example of how to learn how to meditate, how to learn how to have yogic powers, how to generate tremendous, effortless athletic power. Standing, like when you're standing, when you're in that balanced position on your feet, and you're able to just flail your hands about to accomplish complex tasks. You can stand on your feet, you can work at a bench, you can be running, throwing a baseball. As long as you're in that balance point, as long as you're in that neutral point, you have this tremendous range of ability. That posture of standing it has nothing to do with the stacking of your spine, your vertebrae, body mechanics, anything else. That stuff predisposes you to standing in that way, but what is actually going on when you're standing is that you've spent so much time in that posture that you are at ease, you are at rest, you are bored with it. To the point where it's your mind has settled fully in yourself. And that's when you're standing and you're able to just be aware, look around, do whatever you want with your attention. That's standing, and that comes from being settled. If you do the exact same thing that you did to learn how to stand, you can have that same feeling of freedom upside down. While somebody's attacking you, while you're thinking, while you're running, while you're under duress, if you take that same exact activity that you did to learn how to stand up and just be okay right here, neutral, that density of consciousness, if you just take that same relaxed, people call it non-doing, it's just you already have it. And if you practice taking that to the activity, rather than trying to do the activity, rather than trying to meditate differently than you stand, or differently than you just are, right? You just are, right? Standing on two legs with your hands free is a pretty extreme example of just being what you are. And it's the baseline of entering human culture, basically. Every your life, for the most part, requires you to stand or to do some approximation of it. You have to be just relaxed standing up. You can't be like a 1-year-old and wobbly on your legs and just focusing on, right? You have to be, that has to just become settled to you. And that process of settling in that way so that you're nearly weightless on your legs, that's so weightless you can jump and flip and everything if you stand. But if you just spend time becoming settled on your hands, running long distances, or moving at intensity, becoming just utterly settled under 500 pounds. Becoming that settled over extreme expanses of time, like 30 minutes, just standing, sitting, being, right? That's what gives you freedom within the activity. It's only if you want to get good at punching, it's only once you're punching exactly like you just stand. And it's just, and so you just have to spend time relaxing in the position, and that relaxing causes your consciousness to basically condense into your body in that position. And if you're condensed into your body in that position, then the space around you becomes denser, right? The more mindful you are in any particular posture or during any particular activity, the denser the space is around you, because the space around you is a perceptual thing that's happening in your body. So if you become more embodied, the entire world becomes denser, thicker, heavier. It floats you, and that flotation is balance. And it's why it's so easy to just walk down the street and you don't think twice about it. You're floating because you've settled into that position. And so you can just settle into any position. And most people think it's like, oh, not doing it. It's like, no, pick an extreme position and just settle into it. And you'll find that in that position, the space around you will start to support you more and more and more and more. And then if you pick really weird stuff like fighting, it'll be like the space around you is trying to defeat you, is trying to attack you, and yet you can relax into that so that even when that's going on around you, the space is still supporting you. As you get good at it, the other person's attack starts to support you. Like the extreme example would be of like Conor McGregor relaxed so much into attacks that when people punched him, it would cause him to get $20 million or things like that. Like that's the degree to which if you obsess over something and just relax into it, space, as you relax into yourself, that densifies everything. Everything is happening in you. And so the more present you are, which is a watery condensing fullness feeling, right? Then the more anything around you supports you. And if that's mundane, the mundane will support you. If that's extreme, the extreme will support you. You don't have to like arrange it to do anything. But the hack is to know this trick of how to get the space to support you and go into extreme situations, and then crazy things happen. A crazy but mundane example of this is just any professional athlete has done this, and the adversary attacks them and actually ends up supporting them to the tune of millions of dollars. But obviously it's like, oh yeah, also just go and get into any situation of people, like cooperate with other people and have this presence, and that cooperation will support you.